Hello and welcome to MGP466. I'm Kevin. With me as ever, the Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Kev.
Hello, Pab.
Hello.
We
You
don't
only saying hello
exist.
to me this week.
Hello,
God.
That was new.
That ended me then.
Pab's heel turn on the audience is finally complete. He's here to talk to me, and he doesn't care if you lot can hear him or not. That was very nice of you, Pab. I liked that. I was gonna leap on Sheepdog's seductive hello, but you topped him. Sheepdog goes full seduction, and you said my name, and I love to have my name on things, as Anna is well aware. I love having my name on things. I've got a label maker this week, and I'm just gonna label everything. So excited! I've wanted a label maker ever since I saw my brother's label maker the other week, and he had a nice label maker, and I was very jealous. So we needed a label maker this week. So I looked up the one he got. And then got the next one up. So I've got a slightly better label maker than my brother, and I'm delighted. I can print 72 labels a minute and never need to put ink in the machine. It's wonderful.
Never ever?
No.
No, it's a magical heat one.
It's done by heat. It's done by the same ones receipts are done now. So receipts are done by just heat. So, like, if you put hand sanitizer on them, they just turn black. I know all the tricks of the trade, but yeah, they're not done by ink anymore.
We bought 2 tiny printers this week, one for printing address labels and one for printing normal labels. Because I had seen my brother have a label maker, and then Anna having the address label maker. I needed a label maker of my own, so now I can make my own labels.
I'm disappointed because as you were saying that sentence, you said one to print whatever you said, and then you said no. One to print no. And I think you say novels. And I was like, well, you're just printing up mini novels on labels. And when you didn't say that, I should do slumped. That. My interest waned, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's most unfortunate. But getting back to Pab flirting with me, you've barely said anything before we started, and now you've said my name. I don't know that I've ever heard you say my name before.
Oh, I probably have.
I don't know.
I feel like I probably
It's another one of those things, like the fact that none of us have got each other's phone numbers. It's the sort of thing you assume is a thing, but actually, when you really think about it, I don't know that you've said my name before.
I feel like I have, and I have got your phone number.
I don't think you have.
I don't have your phone number. How is this a thing?
We're basically Twitter associates, Pab.
No,
You and I share a hotel room together twice a year and do a podcast and share a Twitter conversation, and that is about as far as it goes.
I'm having a look. I definitely do not. I have. Oh no! You see, I've got a couple of Pauls, but I don't have a Pab. I've got 2 Pauls, a part-time Tom, Phil Potts,
Why have you
whatever
got his
that
number
is.
still? That's like a
I
decade
don't
old.
delete numbers.
I actually deleted part-time Tom's number about 6 months ago. So that's very.
And then we
bizarre.
go to Sarah from ITV News, and
Give her a call now. See what she's up to.
whoever Nina is. I don't even know who Nina is.
Oh,
Ring her
I
up.
see.
Ring up Says and say what's going on.
But yeah, there's no Pab on here is the important thing.
She'll probably be live in.
I've got
bloody
Tommy
Ukraine.
Wright, former Sunderland footballer. I've got
Ring
his
him.
phone number.
Get him
Shall
on
we
the
ring him?
podcast. Ask him what he's been playing this week.
He was the Nuneaton, or you were there, weren't you? He was the Nuneaton manager, just as we were supposed to go down and meet him, and he got sacked that day after I got... No, he went to manage Darlington that day, but I'd already been given his phone number and said, just ring the gaffer up. He's not here today. And then it turned out he was on interview at Darlington, and he never came back. That was a wonderful time.
Give him a call. Call him a Judas.
Might do. Yeah, all right, Tommy, how you doing? Do you want to come on my podcast? The one rule is you can't say my name.
He'll just sign up to the other podcast on the way. We'll be waiting for him and he'll just do someone else's podcast.
Yeah, exactly. There are no other podcasts. We are the kings and queens of podcasting. 2 kings and 2 queens amongst the 4 of us. And yeah, we are the kings and queens of podcasting, unlike all those other lazy podcasters out there. How's everybody's week been? Are we all delightfully happy? Did anyone else get a label maker this week? I know you did, Anna. Anyone else?
No label makers.
No.
I had to collect a bag of poo from school. That was very fun.
I'm sorry?
I don't even want to know, I don't think. What do you mean you had to collect a bag of poo?
I got a very unexpected phone call because, like, my oldest son's been on a school trip all week. So when the school rang me, I was like, well, how could he possibly have done anything that concerns them? now? Like, why are they ringing me? And they rang me to say that my youngest was unwell. And they were like, you need to come in because he's condemned a toilet. They shut down an entire boys' toilet. So I arrived with a load of wipes, like a big pack of wipes and a load of clothes to change him into. And they were like, look, they were like, it was so bad. We've just changed him and bagged everything up. The bag's by the door. So he looked very unwell, bless him. He looked he looked like a little zombie, and I bundled him into the car. I drove home and I took him upstairs straight in the bath. And I'm thinking to myself, oh God, I've got to open that bag. And then I realised I hadn't brought the bag home. I had to drive all the way back across town, like 5 miles with him in the car. And the receptionist was like, why are you back already? And I just lifted up the big bag of poo, and she was just like, oh, didn't realise you'd left that there. And I'm like, yeah. And I got home, and Mrs. Sheepdog was like, you just wash it. And I opened the bag, and I was like, not washing that. Put it straight in the bin. So I did like a 10-mile round trip just to bin something, basically. But oh my God, I just had a grim few days of a very poorly boy. Who's apparently really fine now and absolutely happy and brilliant. And I've got to take him to a birthday party tomorrow, and I'm thinking that play area is not going to know what hit it if he's been shutting down toilets. I said I don't think we should do it, but apparently he's been fine for long enough that it won't be an issue, apparently. And I'm like, we'll see. So I may be live tweeting about how we've shut down a play area tomorrow. I won't be bringing his clothes home if that happens. I'm just going to take a change of clothes and leave the pile behind. I mentioned on my stream that I double bagged them, and someone was like, oh, that's brave. When's the bin man coming? And I was like, Thursday. So after my stream, I went out, got the bag out the bin, and put 7 more bags around it and put it back in. So I reckon it'll do it. I reckon that'll be all right. I dread to think if someone tries to break that open, what they're going to...
Why didn't you just sling it over the neighbour's fence like a normal person would?
I really should have done, shouldn't I? Because they've got his name in them. That's why I didn't do that.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's exactly why I didn't do that. His little name was written in the bloody back of it. And I was like, oh, okay. No hurling these at my enemies then. Although, it depends who the enemy was. If I wanted them to know it was me, would have been great. If any of those enemies come round, I'll just whip it out the bin and lob it at them. But just standing in my back garden, swinging it around my head and seeing which neighbour's garden it ends up in was one game that had crossed my mind. But yeah, it's not only does it have his DNA on it, it has his name, which they could trace back to me. So he wouldn't even get the blame.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, so other than that, like where they've been out, I've just been manning the ship and having a whale of a time.
You live on a ship now, which is you probably should have led with that. You do now live on the ocean.
I do, and no, it's just been one of those weeks. I've just about recovered from being ill. I streamed yesterday for the first time in a week. My voice is still a bit off. I think that's why I sound so seductive. I think it's destructive. I've lost all my words. But yeah, no, I'm recovering from my bug, and it sounds like you lot have now got the germs.
Yeah, I think you've infected us through the headphones.
It's amazing how this works.
Most unfortunate. Yeah.
I caught it from Beagles over Twitch. He came into my Twitch chat, made me sick, and now I've come on here and spoke down a microphone and made you sick.
He was in my chat earlier on, so maybe I've got it from both of you. Maybe you've triangulated on me.
I mean, is it possible that he's developed some kind of bio virus that goes via broadband? I mean, he's a clever guy, isn't he?
Well, he's just ordered some Pokemon cards from me, so I could complete the circle, lick them, and stick them in the post to him.
I think he's just gob in the bag, yeah. I mean, I've got a bag you can put him in if you want. You can post this bag to him.
Perfect. I'll just give you his address. I don't need to be involved in this. Anna will print you a label.
Brilliant. There we go. Pulled it all together there.
Right, let's talk about some video games, shall we? Because I know for a fact Anna has taken delivery of several this week.
No, I haven't.
Have we hit some kind of halfway house silly season where you've had 2 games come out in the same week inexplicably after months of nothing?
The same day, yeah.
Yeah, how is that? Why does that happen? What's so good about this week? Are they trying to get out before the Easter holidays or something? What's the logic behind this week?
No idea. But they're out.
Pab, that feels like the sort of thing you should know. Why this week?
End of financial year, maybe?
Well, that's a good shout. It might be end of financial year, yeah. There you go, Sheepdog. Sheepdog sleuthed it. Anna, what games did you get?
I got Ghostwire Japan by Bethesda, and I got Tiny Tina's Wonderland treasure trove that I paid a lot of money for.
You did pay a lot of money. I mean, you were not allowed to lecture me about Pokemon cards
Yes,
for
but
at least a
Kevin-
week after the amount of money you
Kevin,
spent on
you
that.
spend like hundreds a week. I spend that, once every, I don't know, year, maybe?
You spend thousands a year.
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, then...
Which one are you going to talk about first?
See, yesterday I had loads to say, but now I'm a bit sick and I can't remember. But, we'll go with Ghostwire, because I've played the most of that. So I got it yesterday, so I got it on Thursday. Don't know why, came early, not gonna moan. And it's by Bethesda. And it's a weird game, because I thought it says it's a horror, but I am not classing this as a horror because I'm not scared of it at all. But it is being weird that... So basically, this is how it starts. This is literally the opening scene, right? You know the big area in Japan that's got all the traffic and the walkways and the big screens? Everyone knows it. It's like the busiest place in Japan. You can picture it in your mind. That is on your screen. There's a bunch of people, like, just milling about. Well, they're looking scared because they don't know what's going on. And there's a dead guy on the floor. Then, this, like, Beyond Two Souls. Do you remember that one with the voice, Aiden? I think it was, that was with you and stuff. But this voice comes on, and he goes into like a living human, and it's like, I can't deal with like alive people. I need a dead one. And the dead guy that's on the floor, he's like, you don't see him, but like a force goes into him, and then the guy wakes up. So you have this thing. We don't know what it is, but it's like a spirit is now in you, and you're like, all right, so I'm alive, but like half of your face has got like this fuzzy, like black shadow on it, and everyone, like, he stands up and everyone freaks out. As they're freaking out, this like fog comes in, and everyone disappears. The only thing that's there are their clothes. Everyone has gone. Everyone except you. So you're now in Japan, and there's no one there. And then you see like this gang of just like these, like Slenderman. Is that his name?
Tall boys, yeah.
Tall boys. like so him and like these a bunch of like like schoolgirls who dress up as Sailor Moon. So they've got that kind of so you've got the Slenderman, you've got the girls that have got that kind of Sailor Moon outfit on but with no heads. And then like these women that are all like just prim and proper but like walking dead straight, and they're walking really slowly, and you have to hide from them. You don't know why, you don't know who they are, and you're like, what is going on? So you hide from them, they go past, and then you have to go to the hospital because that's where your sister is. You go, as you're going there, you will like, so the only things that are alive are dogs and cats, and you can talk to these dogs and cats. I love talking.
Of course,
so you can go over to them, you can pet them, you can give them some dinner, and then they will show you something or take you somewhere. But they are genuinely happy to see you, and they are like game of the year. If you can pet a dog, I'm all for that. And they're not all the same like dog; they're all like different. So you go to your sister, and as you're going, there's like the Slenderman people are doing some weird thing to like TVs and bicycles and like fridges, and they're making them into like this big like flashy conglomerate of things, and if you go up to it and smash it, that gives you your like ammo for your, because you get powers in this game. So your first power is wind, so you use your hands with some like really crazy moves. You wind comes out of your hands, but not wind as in like it's like powerful sparkle. Yeah, it's like all neon, so it's all like crazy. And if you hit them enough, they like hit the enemies enough, they like bend over backwards, and then you have to pull their core out. That I love doing that because it's like think of Spider-Man with his webs coming out of him, and then like pulling this like big glowy thing out of someone's body. It's excellent. I find that so much fun. But yeah, so you got these things that you get your energy from. You've got the Slenderman and the girls who you gotta kill, and then you gotta go and find your sister. So your sister is present, like in the world. So I think because she was like way up high in the hospital, but like no one else is there, but only she is like survived. Don't know how. It's mystical and magical. She gets kidnapped, and then like the man that's kidnapping her, you like go mental. You go after him, and because of the spirit in you tries to stop you, you start having like this internal fight with each other. And the guy that's kidnapping you puts his hand through your body, and basically you drop dead on the floor. And you're like, okay, that's the end of the game. But then it like goes to another world, like an otherworldly place, and the spirit goes, listen, bring you back alive and go and save your sister, but I need to like control your body. And the guy's like, yeah. Then, like, he comes alive, but he has this internal struggle. He doesn't want to do what the spirit's telling him to. And then you proceed through the game, and it's massive. Like, it's not a small. Like, I'm on chapter 2. I've played like 10 hours, and I've opened like the smidging a little bit. And you have to go around collecting things. So there's like spirits that you need to go and collect because everyone's disappeared and no one knows where they are. You have to collect their spirits so they can in these like pieces of paper, and you get so many pieces. So I've got like 14 of these pieces of paper that I put into the air, suck on these spirits, and after I fill up all these papers, I have to go to a payphone. I know this sounds mental. Like, I know, you have to go to a payphone, like, press a bunch of buttons, and then them souls get transferred to someone called Ed, and then you carry on, and I don't know what happens with them yet. I have no idea, so I'm going through the game. I think it's
Ted the Duck. Maybe he's collecting souls to, bring all these puppets to life.
But I have 250,000 souls to collect. I've collected 25 at the moment.
It feels like that's going to take a while.
Yeah,
That's going to take a while. So, like, some of them are just in the world and you collect them. Some of them are trapped in, like, these, like, glowy trees, and you have to take out the enemies around them.
Could you, like, boil a kettle and pour it down an anthill, and then that will just make it go up 10,000 or something?
Yeah, something like that. But, yeah, so like I said, I thought this was a horror. It's not Final Fantasy or not Final Fantasy. That's not horror. I meant Resident Evil. I
was sat there thinking, what is she on about? But I was just letting you go.
not Final Fantasy, like Resident Evil, because Resident Evil me is like top horror game. I can't deal with them anymore. Used to love them when I was a kid, but now cannot just no. But this it's just like fantasy and dark but fascinating and neon and Japan, and yeah, really enjoyed it. I played for like 10 hours yesterday, and I'm sick, and I wasn't getting annoyed with it at all. Like, I'm playing it on normal. There is an easy mode if you just want to go around and pet dogs, because who doesn't want to do that? Kevin, there is vending machines, just so you know.
Oh, hey, I'm in.
Like the shops, so like the shops in there, so you can buy like food for health. They are behind the kiosk are cats, floating cats. Like there's floating.
All cats float when you're not looking.
It's like, yo, buy from me. And then there's all like side quests to do. There's puzzles to find, and it is really fun. Like, definitely have a look, because I didn't look at it for ages because I knew it was coming, but I was just like, nah, I'm not into horror. But then I watched like someone play like 10 minutes. I saw there was like neon and flashy and sparkly. Like, yep, buy that. Bought it. Next day it came, so I was all happy with that. So Ghostwire Tokyo, definitely like up there. It is definitely fun. And then I got Wonderlands today. I got to Wonderlands. I got my treasure trove. It's lovely. I got a massive butt stallion that if you put a finger in a mouth, loads of like rainbow comes out of a mouth. Like
If anyone wants to see the contents of this, we have a video coming out tomorrow so Sunday night.
Yeah,
as the podcast is released tomorrow
there's
at 5 o'clock on the channel formerly known as the vlog channel.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there. I like them. We went through them. They're I'm not mad at them. Like there's a paper.
It was a cool set. I liked it.
I just need an office now because because in Borderlands
We're working on it.
In Borderlands 3, sorry, I got the spaceship to build, and I haven't built it because I've got nowhere to put it, and now I have a castle to build, and I want to build it, but I've got nowhere to put it. So they have to say to the wayside until I can find somewhere that the dog's not going to eat, that Andy's not going to rip, and I can put them out of the way. So I need an office, and plus, like my Pokemon business, I need an office for all that because the living room is getting smaller every day. But Borderlands, it's not Borderlands. I'm gonna stop saying that. Wonderlands with Tiny Tina. So
What? There's no Borderlands branding on it. It's not a Borderlands game.
nope.
Interesting. Is Claptrap in it?
I've not seen him yet, but he was in the cards. So the tarot cards I've seen. But like I've literally not played a lot of this. I have been feeling rather sick today. My COVID test is negative, so I'll do another one tomorrow. So I've not put a lot of time because I've been sleeping a lot, but I have put it in. And when you start the game, you are already like your like the cutscene is then playing a game of something badasses. I can't remember the name. It'll come to me. Anyway, they're playing that. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, but they've called it's different. And your character is literally a grey being. So what's some things you build, Kevin, that you paint?
Games
Warhammer.
Workshop. Yeah.
Warhammer. You're basically one of them that's not been painted, not got like anything. You're just the grey thing. Like, even your skin is grey. There's a dragon lord that you're trying to take down. But Stallion comes in, saves the day, and then it's into character creation. She chucks one of them character sheets at you, like in Dungeons and Dragons. And that took me 40 minutes to do because I like to look at everything, obviously. I've built my person. I have got... right, there's a bunch of things in here that if you really want to know, you need to go and look at it yourself because there's so many different classes. You've got like swords, you've got axes, you've got magic, you've got like your damage you do costs you your health, so like a necromancer kind of issue. You've got like a rogue. It's all very fantasy like. I went with the magic one because I didn't quite know what I was doing because I've never really played Dungeons and Dragons in the past, so I didn't quite understand what was it. But think of a fantasy game where you have to like pick all your stats and your story from like your background and all that. You got all that in there. You make your character. You're dumped into the Wonderlands, and off you go. So it's weird how it's set because it's not like Borderlands, the other games. You put in an area. It's not very linear, but it's linear to a point to get you from A to B. You go through. You get first you get an axe. I think everyone gets this axe. This axe is your melee weapon. So in the other games you would just like hit things with the butt of your gun. This time you have an actual axe. So that's cool. That axe can be upgraded. You can find new ones. So that's different. So like if you hit stuff, your axe comes out. Oh, As you carry on, you get guns, but guns aren't just guns, they're crossbows, they're like magic. So like the one I have at the moment shoots out bolts of ice. Another one I have shoots out like, it's like a horizontal, a vertical line of just like poison coming out. But after you've run out of bullets, she has to put, like, my character has to put like a bit of magic dust on the top to make it work again. That's kind of cool. So you've got them kind of weapons. Then you've got like your special class. So like I've got powers. I can shoot out 3 bolts in once to hit 3 multiple people, like enemies. And that's poison, and that has like a slowdown. My magic power is I can turn something into like a magical being that just runs around like a sheep, and you can shoot that. If you shoot that, you get more. Like, your spells don't cost any. You don't have to wait for your cooldown. I think anyway. That's what I've read. So you go through the area. You're doing your story. Like, what's Tiny Tina, like, massive face will come down sometimes to go, this is so and so, and then you have to like beat a boss enemy or something. But then when you get into like the world, when you're transitioning, you're like a pop vinyl. You're a little body with a massive head. Right? So you're like old Final Fantasy where you can't be on a world map. It's like that. So like you're just this big thing walking around. There's a chest over there. Go and hit that chest over and open it. You should go through the grass over there, and an enemy might pop out, so you have to go and smack him around. But when you see an enemy in the grass, you'll then get transported to an instance. So it's like an environment. You have to go around, kill so many enemies. It doesn't tell you how many, but it'll come up like level cleared, and then you go over, open your loot chest, and then jump through a portal, and you're back on the world map. Just traveling around. I've met people on this. That's fun. So I found there was like a shrine. I have no idea what it did. I found all the parts, and now that shrine is mine. No idea what it does, because I'm learning this game. Because obviously I've never played something like this. Also, so like the world map is also littered with like normal world stuff. So there's bottle caps that you kick over to make bridges. There's Cheetos that you have to smash because she's eaten. There's popcorn, like the note pins that you put on a note board. One of them in there stabbed someone. It was quite funny. But yeah, so it's fun. I'm just getting used to it. I don't know if it was anything. I don't know what I was imagining, because I stayed away from all press, everything. I didn't want to know. I saw the thing of the trailer a few years ago, and that was it. I was like, nope, I don't want to know. I just want to go into it blindly. So I did. I do have the season pass, and I do have all the cosmetics, but I cannot find the cosmetics. So there seems to be issues with the game playing it. It's lagging, it's stuttering, it freezes. There's a few performance issues at the moment. It did update when I put it in, but it's not smooth. There's some teething issues with it, and I'm like, but then I went in it blind, and I didn't watch any of the people, so I don't know if other people are having this issue, but I am. There was a cutscene, and I have no idea what was going on in the cutscene because it kept cutting out. Didn't know what they said, so I have no idea what's happening in that bit of the story because I couldn't hear it or see it. Like, I have subtitles on, so there's some issues. But then there's been issues with I say there's been issues with every game. Like Elden Ring, I know that had some stuttering issues, but like I had Ghostwire, and the only problem I had with that is I put it on like high performance mode. Don't do that. It doesn't work. It doesn't like it. I put it on. I was like, this, and I have to put on a PlayStation 5. Why wouldn't I use it? I have a good TV. I have a PlayStation 5. I put it on there, and it was screen tearing so much. Like, it was awful. So I turned that off, put it down to like 30 with ray tracing and all that, and it worked seamlessly. I had no issues with that after I turned that off. But Wonderland's got some issues at the moment, and it is annoying. it makes me want to turn it off and wait till they put an update out. But it only came out today, so I obviously want to play it. So I'll keep trying, but if not, I'll just go back to Ghostwire because it was fine. Like, it worked like seamlessly. It was lovely. It was bright. It was beautiful. So yeah, we'll see. And the rest of the week, I've just been playing GTA 5 because it was £8, and I thought, why not? I'm playing this game. I don't remember this. So
It was like 10 years ago that you played it.
yeah, but I remember all the start. Like, I remember driving into that man's business, and I remember the boat scene and stuff, and I remember the yoga. But what I'm doing now, I'm like, no recollection of any of these. But yeah, that was fun while I was playing it. But I've got these 2 games. Ghostwire, definitely go. Like, if you want something, definitely go and buy that. It's not horror in the horror sense. And Wonderlands needs a bit of an update, but it's fantasy. It's Borderlands. If you like fantasy and Borderlands, then get Wonderlands. But it just needs a bit of an update at the moment. But that's me now. I'm going to rest my voice because it's nearly gone.
Splendid. Well, while you're resting your voice, Pab should probably insert an advert, because that's what we're all really here for. Pabby, advertise to me. Good work, Pabby. I'd love to be able to tell you all about all the exciting new games that I've played this week. Alas, all I've done is play Football Manager and Pokemon TCG, the only 2 games I ever play now, apparently, which is... I am a monster. The Football Manager news I've got, we have had a new update for Football Manager, which interestingly deals with what's going on in the world at the moment, and basically makes it so that players don't want to go to Russia, and Russia can't take part in any of the leagues or competitions and things.
I wondered why they did an update. I saw the update earlier when I was faffing on my computer. And
yeah, so basically the Russian teams don't take part in any European competitions or international competitions. Players are much less likely to agree to transfer to Russian clubs. Basically, the only difference from real life is the Ukrainian league is still going, where it's been abandoned in real life. But yeah, they've added an update to reflect what's going on in the world, which I think is, as usual, Football Manager have a great track record for handling stuff like this well. They handled COVID well. They handled Brexit well. They're just quite good at reflecting what's going on in the world whilst maintaining the game as a little bit of an escape. So they've got the bits in there that you need to have. Like, you can't just pretend it's not happening and carry on as normal. But there's also no reason to abandon the Ukrainian league.
what did they do for COVID? I don't remember now.
They added the financial implications, but didn't add COVID as a thing. So you could still use the game as an escape from COVID, but it did reflect the financial issues and stuff. So again, they took the bits that you needed for the game, but didn't make it so that it wasn't fun anymore. Which is they're good at all that kind of thing. And of course, it is also Streamer Showdown weekend. I'm not actually playing in it this time. I've made my debut on the Lowdown. As expected, I am the greatest in Lowdown history. And I'll be, as long as my voice holds out and I don't get too snotty, I'll be spending the weekend just hanging out on the Lowdown, yelling goal and explaining to everybody why I'm better than them. And it's going to be a lovely old time. So come and check me out on a different Twitch channel to usual, twitch.tv/FM Streamer Showdown. And I have to wear a special tie on Sunday night, different to my normal special tie, but worry not, I'll still wear my new gold jacket because got to have some standards. Still got to look like the star of the show. That's me done.
I watched your Pokemon card opening things earlier.
Oh, did you?
It was entertaining.
Didn't buy any packs, did you monster?
Oh no, I have got one suggestion. When you go through people's piles and you go through and you reveal that shiny, I think you should start saying, "Grab your coat, you've pulled," and just catchphrases like that.
This is probably why you. I mean, I don't even know where that sentence is going. Just don't speak anymore. You're an embarrassment.
I just think you need catchphrases. I think it'll work.
They'll develop organically. It isn't going to be that. I'm not going to say grab your coat you've pulled.
I think I was sat there watching, and you were just like, "Oh, yeah, well done. You've pulled." And I thought, "Oh, come on, Kev, get a catchphrase." And then I did have more, but I'm not. I can't remember all of them now. And,
It was my first time. The catchphrases will happen organically. I didn't plan do a football, but it's now a thing that's going to be on T-shirts coming soon.
More.
Yeah.
But no, it was good.
See,
It was
Anna knows
entertaining.
the catchphrases.
She probably hears them yelled through the walls.
We'll probably just do a Pokemon. That'll probably be what it would just extend do a football. Oh, you've done a Pokemon! There you go. That'll be it. We'll have that one next time.
When I hear you say grab your coat you've pulled, I'm going to be like, yeah, made that man a star.
Yes.
I was doing a Kev and mulling around in the same games I played for weeks. I was continuing with Mario Maker 2. I got to the castle. So last week when I was talking about this, I had 3 levels to do, and I'd spent 2 hours trying to do this ghost house boss that was just ludicrous. You had to balance on platforms that were falling while a power box went underneath you. So you had to fall down, grab the power box, jump up onto another falling platform, throw the power box at a wall. Meanwhile, there's a ghost going around the screen, and if you press the wrong direction, you fall to your death. And I spent 2 hours failing on it and redoing the level to get to it and failing on it over and over again. I sat down to do my stream and just did it second try, I think it was. Like, I just sat there like, right, everyone, are we ready for 3 hours of hell? And then I just went, bang, done it. I couldn't believe it. As you can imagine, I screamed very loudly. It was like I'd won the lottery. I went on and did the next level. I think it was like 5th try or something. It was ridiculously simple. And then I'm on the final castle. And yeah, it's been a stream and a half now. So probably about 4 hours worth of time that I've spent trying to do this stupid level. To the point where, when was it? Thursday, whenever it was streamed, after about 2 hours, I got to the final door. You had a little key. I was little Luigi, and I jumped up to this door, and I thought, oh my God, I've done it. Behind this door, there will no doubt be a save point. I've got a couple of lives left. I've been told by the person who made the world that the boss is pretty easy because the level's quite hard. I'm like, I've done it. And as I'm like the blood's rushing to my head, this like lava hippo thing just jumped and killed me. And I swore very loudly. I don't normally swear on my stream, but I dropped a very loud F-bomb, and I had to apologize to my viewers because it was just, I just couldn't believe it. And then I think that killed a part of me because then I couldn't do any of the simple jumps that I used to do and all of this. So we took a little break from that, and I tried to do an endless run. I tried to do an endless run on super expert mode and just died over and over again. I downgraded to expert mode, and would you believe it? I did a level. It was only a 7-second level, but I jumped, did this puzzle, and fell to where I needed to fall. And it told me I got the bloody world record on an expert Mario Maker level. I was just like, boom. That's what I want. That made me feel great. I've achieved a life goal of getting a world record in a Mario Maker.
Do you get to go in the Guinness Book of Records now?
I took a picture of it. I tweeted it, so I guess that Guinness will be in touch. So that's been the bulk of my week. I've been pretty under the weather, so I've not really played that much. Been Pokemoning, all the usual stuff. But what I did get, which is... so I thought, I want to play something different, but I don't want to play something too heavy. So I got a like a story, visual novel adventure game thing. I had a quick look to see, because I knew it wasn't new. It was added to Game Pass, but I was like, okay, how old is this game? And I've just discovered that it was released in 2009, so over a decade old. It's... On Game Pass, it's called Zero Escape: The Nonary Games, but it was originally called 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors on the DS when it came out. And it's basically kind of a low-key version of Squid Game. It's 9 people are kidnapped, trapped on a boat. They've got 9 hours to solve puzzles to get out. Otherwise, the boat's going to sink and kill them all. And I've not got that far through it because, believe it or not, I'm thick and I can't solve the puzzles.
No.
It took... I'm ashamed of myself that when it started up, I spent ages on the first bit and was like, I don't understand what I'm getting wrong. I've got all the pieces. I've gone around the room. I've clicked everything. I've clicked everywhere possible to click. And I've got all the clues and I'm reading the clues and it's literally spelling out what the code is to me and it's not working. So in the end, I Googled, why the bloody hell is this code not working? And it turned out I'd literally not picked up a pillow, that there was a piece of paper underneath that had the other half of the code on. And yeah, so I stumbled at the first hurdle, but it hasn't been much better from there. I'm really not very good at puzzles. I'm not streaming this. Do you know what I mean? I think it would just embarrass me. It would annoy people. It would annoy people more than me failing at Mario. Mario, people seem to be enjoying me fail. It's become a bit of an entertainment that they can see it's hard. A few of them want to try the level, but they all respect the fact that it is a difficult level. Whereas this doesn't seem like it would be that hard, really. I also Googled how long is the game, because it's called 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. So I thought, okay, it must be a nice short game. And apparently it takes up to like 30 to 50 hours to complete. So I'm slightly put off because I started it thinking that sounds short. And turns out it's not. It's just a name. It's just the people have 9 hours. From my perspective, it's as long as I need. And it'll be longer because I'm an idiot. But yeah, I like the art style. It's like an anime, manga sort of drawing style. It just seemed interesting. And it was a bit of time pass in a week where things were a bit weird. So yeah, check it out. It's on Game Pass. I think it's only recently. I think I was looking down the recently added. So it was recently added, and yeah, it's all right. But that is all I played this week.
Well then, Pabby, it feels like it's over to you.
You got what is it? 20 minutes, Pab, to regale us with all your.
Yeah, Kev's already explained what Twitter is.
Oh no.
No, what I've played is the game that I've only played and the only game that exists of any importance at the minute.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring is the game.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. You should give it a go.
Nah, doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
No, there's no spreadsheets.
Would I be really bad at this, Pab?
Yes. Sorry, speaking for Pab there. Yes, you would.
No, like part of me wonders, because obviously what I'm learning is I'm quite patient when it comes to failing at a game over and over again. You know, when I did the Alex Kidd in Miracle World stream, people watched me die at the same point for like hours on end, literally jumping into a hole because I couldn't get the jump right and it was physically impossible. And then I would suddenly do the jump and we'd all cheer and laugh and cry, and then I'd come to the next thing that was impossible to do and I'd do that. And it was like the weirdest playthrough because it was just soul destroying and horrible, but people just enjoyed the fact that, oh, we can't do it, or we can't do it, oh, he's finally done it, I've sat and watched him do this for an hour. So I'm looking at Elden Ring thinking, that's meant to be ridiculous, isn't it? That whole series is, I mean.
No. It's a Souls-like. So
yeah,
they're not easy. They're punishing. They are mean. But you can fight back in them, and you can cheese things, and you can kind of sort of break the game in certain aspects of things. And it's all fair because the AI and the actual game itself will do that to you as well. The amount of times you see things, people getting killed by, enemies swiping swords through walls where you think you can cover. No, you're in trouble. So it's difficult, but I've said this before. It's probably one of the most accessible one of these types of games, because it's a game where it immediately, like, pretty much, well, no, even before that, I was going to say, it immediately leads you to a boss, which you're going to get your ass handed to you pretty much immediately. And yeah, you can bang your head against that wall forever and probably never get anywhere with it. But if you just go, okay, I'm going to walk away from it and go somewhere else, and you can literally go wherever you want in this world, wherever you want, and yeah, you might come up against something that's you shouldn't shouldn't be there. You might come up against something that is just going to one shot you. you might also find a different area where you can survive. You can like thrive in that area. You can build up and become stronger and find better gear, find better items, get more runes to level up, and then go back to that boss fight, get beat again, go a different direction. Keep going back, and then just keep coming back and seeing, all right, am I strong enough now to go and beat this guy? And I feel like there's not many better feelings than beating a Dark Souls boss, really. The adrenaline that is going. I was just doing I was just doing like a standard boss. It wasn't even like one of the main like 5. It's just one of the bosses that are out in the world, and it's like heart pumping, like adrenaline going on it. The adrenaline is just like nothing else. Just trying to like outsmart a boss and just trying to figure out like what are they doing? What is it you need to do?
Is there no pattern to it?
To what? To the enemies?
Yeah, to boss fights.
There are tells. Enemies definitely have like, they'll have tells, and like they have like a move set, and they will execute that move set. But then you think you know that move set, and then they have an extra move in the back pocket that they don't tell you about. And yeah, there's so many different things. I've noticed it more recently. Like an enemy has me on the back foot, and I've got to back up to drink one of my flasks, which refill my mana or my health or whatever. And the enemy knows that I'm doing that, and the enemy runs at me. It is actively like I do. If I see an enemy down, or if I see an enemy doing the same to me, like they're drinking a flask, because some do. I actively run at them and like, okay, get them while they're drinking, get them in the animation while they're drinking. And they actively do that. And I was like, that is, this. I just that little bit of extra panic while you're low on health or whatever. You're trying to get some health back, and then they're just charging at you. But what have I done in it this week? What have I done? I've beat the third major boss. I think I beat Radahn. If anyone who's listening who plays, I beat Radahn, which was not as bad as I thought. I beat it in like 4 goes, and it wasn't too bad. It's a little annoying. The one that was more annoying was the boss before, like the one before that, where you have to fight 2 guys at once, and you have like about
fun.
You have to have about, basically you load in and it's one guy, and you have about 10 seconds to kill that guy before the second one turns up and drops in. So it's like a case of, okay, I've got to deal with this guy quick, and then the second guy drops in, and you're like, okay, now I've got to fight him, and he's not an easy one to beat either. So that's where like having a summons can help and can bring in. I've got like a tank who's like, it's like a headless dude who's like just super strong and just has a massive shield, so he just takes aggro from him and just sits there and just takes a beating and doesn't really lose much health because he's got a big massive shield. So yeah, I've been doing, like I say, I feel like I've done that one, and then I've just been kind of just milling around. I've just been wandering about and just seeing what kind of mischief I can get into.
Is exploring good in this game then? Like, if you actually go off like a beaten path, is it worth doing?
Oh yeah. You can find all sorts in this game. I mean, based on what I've been told, the next area I go to is what people are classing as the halfway point of the game, and I'm at 60 hours right now.
Wow.
And I mean, like I say, I found a grinding spot that I go to, which is just like a mob farm, and I go and farm for runes. And yes, I need 125,000 runes per level now, and it's a lot.
Jeez,
it's a lot.
God.
It's a lot, and it takes probably about half an hour now to do it. But I don't do it as often anymore. I wasn't doing it. I did it religiously for a while just to bolster my levels up, and I don't do it. I literally do it now when I beat a big enemy, and it's like gives me a lot of runes. So, and I think I don't want to just lose them for the sake of it. I want this victory to mean something, so I'm gonna go and spend those points and go and grind for a bit to get a level and make it worthwhile, rather than me just losing them randomly in a random encounter that I can't get back to. But yeah, it's been just fun. I went to a place yesterday that is like a fiery village or something like that, and everyone just kind of like starts setting themselves on fire, and and you start to get madness. And I was just had to get out. I was like, I don't know. It just starts killing you immediately. You start going mad. I was like, I need to get out. Need to get out of here. Don't like this.
Have you found the 50 hit wall yet?
No, that is in a place called the Lava Manor, I think it's called.
Okay.
I've been to the Lava Manor to look for a specific item, because someone told me there's a specific item you can get. It's here. So I had them talk me through it on Discord where I need to go, and I found myself in the Lava Manor. I just kind of ran around, got the thing, and got out, and that's the last time I've been in. But I don't think that was a thing where it was. I feel like it was a glitch. I don't think it was meant to be a thing where it was
there's like a whole room behind it.
Oh yeah, but there's a room. Yeah, you can get into that room from another entrance. Oh,
I see.
So
okay.
It's not like as if it's. I feel like it was meant to be a hidden path that you could get into, but it's not something, because usually if there are hidden paths like that, it's just like you can roll into it and the wall will clear, or you hit it once and it will clear through. That feels like it was an error. I think that's what it's. I think that's what it said anyway.
This game seems like it would have something that you would have to you would have to hit 50 times just because it's.
But I mean,
that kind of game.
Yes and no, because it's too random. It's too random to hit something. You'd hit everything 50 times.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that wall was there. I mean, just rolling into things. The amount of signs that are on in this world that people just trolling, going, liar ahead, which tends to like be mean that wall isn't what it's meant to be, and you roll into it and nothing happens. And occasionally they are right. There is an actual fake wall there, and you can go through and find secret rooms and stuff. So to hit something 50 times is just.
I just saw it on
yes,
the Twitter and stuff.
It's insane, but I think it's too random and too mean for them to do that. And I think they have, like I say, I think they have confirmed that it's something that they have done in error. I don't think it's meant to be.
Okay.
But yeah, I continue to play. It's the only game that I literally want to play. It's the only game that I have any interest in playing. It's the only game that I think about quite a lot, and I have lots of different pages open tabs on my phone of like, okay, weapon wise, what we're looking at. Are we still doing okay for this? How about like?
Do you have a spreadsheet?
No.
Not yet.
I don't have a spreadsheet.
Should highly recommended.
Yeah. I just got several tabs open with different things, like just like there's a quest line. I did a quest line where I am looking for. I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore. It's been that convoluted. There's this. So, that's the thing of this game. I've only realised now. I should have been taking notes. I should have been
in a spreadsheet.
Oh, you do it when it's the bloody end of the year quiz, but you don't do it.
Well,
you're not cheating
the game
against
has
us.
zero like. Well, I didn't anticipate me just being that invested in this game, but the game has like quests that it gives you, but nowhere, it doesn't log them anywhere. So I have no knowledge of what I've done or what I need to have been doing. So
I would see that as it not being one to do. I if it's on the list, I have to go and do it to complete the game. But if it's not on the list anywhere,
there's no
balls
list
to it.
at all.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like,
So
I've completed
everything, I mean, they're now doing like, so for example, I feel like your aim is to defeat the 5 Elden Lords and claim the Elden Ring. And now
that's where the name comes from. I get
yeah,
it.
So there's 5 Elden Lords, and you're supposed to beat them, and then you do whatever else. But then the world record has been beaten today in like 25 minutes. And someone I spoke to online earlier on saying you don't technically have to go and beat them. So even like the main like objective, or how I see it as the main objective of going beating these 5 guys, is optional. Everything is optional, and if you can get your way to where you need to be, you probably could complete the game without doing it. So
these people are just running straight to the ring, putting it on. I assume you put it on.
In theory, yeah, but you probably got to jump through a number of hoops, and if you're doing that in 25 minutes,
the ring itself.
You're not leveling up. Sorry,
it was just a joke about rings.
Oh. I don't know how they're doing it, what they're actually doing to get to that point.
Speedrunners are a different breed, aren't they? They'll be all sorts of things. But
this game's no pushover, and you all they're effectively doing is getting the start of the game and just going. So they've got no levels. They're not powered up. They've not got any gear with them, and they're just making a push for that exit. And that can't be an easy feat when you've got 0 bosses under your belt either. So it is impressive, and it just goes to show like what similar again to something like Breath of the Wild, where the start of that game you could go and just go to beat Ganon. The main quest was to go and beat Ganon, defeat Ganon, and you could go there and do it straight away if you wanted to. It'd be hard, but you could do it. And this game does that as well. Or alternatively, you could do like what I and many other people do. Spend 60 odd hours not even getting to halfway through the game and still continuing to find random different things. And
I mean, Pab, if you fired it up now, something tells me you could be done in half hour.
I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start. I wouldn't know where to start.
Well, all right, make it an hour, watch the speed run video, and then crack on.
What's the point in that, though? I mean, yes, I mean, I could do that, but anyway, at that point, I might as well just watch the entire thing on YouTube. There's no point me even having a go.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying check what they did. See what routine. They just wiggled a little bit, I imagine, and avoided getting it. But
yeah, you've got to be skilled. I don't know what they're doing, but it's impressive.
I'm pretty skilled. I could do it.
Probably. Yeah.
Cheesing games is your expertise. I'm surprised you're not a speedrunner, Kev.
Well, I am athletically, just not when it comes to video games.
I mean, the hours you put into games are usually lower because you cheese and beeline. So maybe you are secretly a speedrunner and you just never compared your numbers with other people.
It was not fair on other people to compare, usually.
Okay. So I feel like I don't even know what level I am anymore in this game. I'm in the 120 odd, maybe close to 130 now.
So much higher level than that speedrunner, Pab. You're being a bit of a coward.
I'm considerably higher level, but I don't want to just speedrun it. That's the thing. I don't want to speedrun. I want to explore and wander.
Can you have multiple saves? Could you make this a save?
I don't know. I'm not certain you can. That's the other thing. I don't think you can.
Get a second computer then, maybe. That's probably the solution.
Just copy the save. Find your save file on your PC. Is it on the Xbox, actually?
No. It's on the PC, but I could get it on Xbox. It's just all separate.
Clone the file, stick it aside, make a beeline, and watch you struggle to do this in half an hour.
No, we're not doing that. I don't want to do that. Spent too much time invested in this game. I don't want to just make a bolt for the exit in 25 minutes. I bet I could do it anyway, even if I wanted to. But anyway,
got to believe in yourself, Pab. I mean, that 25 minutes probably came off the back of like 2 weeks worth of grinding, a month's worth of grinding. But
figure it out. Yeah,
it's like when I finished. Just going back to my bit a second. Some of those that ghost house I spent 4 hours on. At the end of it, it told me that it only took me 5 minutes to complete that level, and I was just sat there delirious, thinking 5 minutes and several days of faffing. And the world record on that was like a minute or something, and I was like, oh my god, someone's genuinely come into this level and done it in a minute, and I've taken 7 times the amount of time they took. So yeah, maybe you can go and do it in 3 hours instead of half an hour.
I bet it's possible, but I think that takes the fun out of it. I think speedrunners are speedrunners, and
yes, we are. And I don't like people trying to pretend they are us.
I feel like, I mean, I've said this before about this on the podcast, but like, I remember the first time I ever completed Final Fantasy VII, my friends were all telling me, oh yeah, I was, all my people were like level 80 and I had this, that and the other. And I was like, God, my highest character was level 31 and I hadn't got any of the summons or any of the limit breaks. Half my team were ruined and it took me about 3 hours because I was just stuck in a loop and I was just inching the boss's health down bit by bit. And yeah, it turns out I'd set myself a mini challenge without realising because it was like the first time I'd ever played a game like that. So I didn't know you were supposed to grind and level up and all that stuff. But things are possible, Pab. Put yourself in a corner, get your back against the wall, and then see how good you can be at it.
Yeah, Pab.
There's no sport in becoming OP and just flicking it like a gnat.
Well, try.
So I played the Streamer Showdown. That's why they didn't let me in it this time.
That's it. You've been promoted to narrator because that's the only position you can't.
Just
Well,
keep
you can
flicking the gnats. Is that you done,
That's me
Pabby?
done, yeah. We are done.
Well, you took 37 seconds too long. I hope you're happy.
That was Sheepdog.
We will wrap it up here, though. If you want to follow us on the internet, you can at MGUK Podcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
And you can follow me at RB6K.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab 1986.
Oh, yeah, and Darren, my Tamagotchi, died this week, and I don't want to talk about it. See you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.